Hi, this is Brendan from Bedrock Games and the Bedrock blog, and I'm here with our Lady 87 group, and it's been a little while. One of our players, Steven, had a pretty serious medical situation, so we took a break, and we've just resumed our first session after, what has it been, like a month or something? Like, it's been a while.
Yeah,
and
like between 4 or 5 weeks.
And so, you know, it was very unexpected, and so that's why you haven't heard from us. And rather than record the whole session, I thought the first time out I would just do the recap, and then we'll maybe record the final session. But I don't know; it's a little unclear whether that's going to be the final one or not at this point. But either ways, why don't you guys say what happened this session for the official record?
Well, we started off with solidifying our plan of action, as we'd managed to get General Yukon to pledge his assistance, but we didn't have any idea as to what we'd actually be doing. So I bravely volunteered Wuji to go and try and assassinate an advisor for us, whilst we would gather a large army and make out the pretense that many more armies were gathering to attack the Empire and start our march.
Yeah, this is we need to remind people that Godface Jiang has actually told us that the Emperor is effectively immortal unless we kill him and his advisor
at the same time.
It didn't really specify the time frame, but the implication was that they should be killed very soon. Each other. Yeah.
So we managed to go to the Beggars sect that was present where we were. And managed to facilitate them aiding us quite substantially after we engaged in eating a good bit of the long pink provided to us by our gracious hosts. You know, a bit of human flesh gathered from Imperial forces. Showed real solidarity with us there. But we got a force of 25,000 strong with their assistance to fight against the Empire. And we started doing our own march towards the Empire. At that point, Kenny with Wuji had made his way, or was making his way in our timeline.
Slowly made my way from the northeast part of the map down to back towards Fan. Got ripped off by a merchant for a boat ride. You know, I remember it costing us like 300 spades or something per person back in the. Like literally,
the good old days.
Literally, like the day before, it was only 300 to get here, but now it costs like 1,000. Yeah, but yeah, small gripes. I managed to get meals out of that price as well. So shitty gruel or the porridge that they had.
Bitter.
Yeah, made my way back to Fan. I was given the golden bracelet that Boris Johnson sword received from Golden Han. Golden Han happened to be at the restaurant or the inn that I was at, and he gave me a bit of information about where the advisor stayed. Turns out the advisor is surrounded by Yao, some soldiers, and even more soldiers in the temple of in the statue of the Void King. So, and I was also like 12 days early. No, 28 days.
You'd arrived after 12 days, so you were 28 days.
Yeah, I had 28 days before the plan was supposed to, the assault on the capital was actually supposed to happen. So I got a month to burn basically before then. So I just had to go exploring, trying to find traces of Nyang, one of the woman with the Yao sling sword, who survived the events of Snake Peak. Tracked her down to a village near Fan, where she took up a trade as a umbrella seller because she was being followed by hidden talent forces or the special agents of the Emperor, who I think were trying to use her to, I guess, find any more rebels or any other important
survivors.
So any other survivors, and I managed to get rid of her tail, and we had just made a plan to sort of separate, and we would meet near the residence of Supreme Master Tung's brother, ideally, if we could make it without being followed, or if we were followed, then we would try to meet near Yunhu, wherever that may be.
So whilst that was all happening with Wuji, we'd started our great march towards Nansun from the Bianyu region. We had made it seem as if, whilst we were being followed from behind by General Yukong, that he was doing this in an attempt to take out our forces before we managed to get further into the Empire, so as to try and hide his betrayal behind that. As soon as we started making our journey and, putting forward these fake conflicts, these small skirmishes to, facilitate rumors around this, we got confronted by an army heading in our direction from Nansun, about 110,000 strong, Brendan?
Yeah, it was 110,000.
Yes, 110,000 strong. Boris Drunken Sword and his compatriots decided to bravely try and seem as if they were retreating and trying to hold up to allow General Yukong to consolidate his own army into the army that had just arrived from Nansun, with the intention being that once a conflict broke out, dissension would immediately break up from within the enemy army's camp, infighting that we could facilitate and, take advantage of. Unfortunately, whilst we were trying our retreat, we did get cut off by the enemy army, which consolidated. But we took this in our stride as we tried to set up a parley and met with the enemy general. So, Boris Drunken Sword, Bingham, and Dalfang, along with a few of the lovely beggars from a beggar sect, met with the enemy general and his 5 Yao, and started entering into some negotiations, which, needless to say, didn't go very well, as Boris Drunken Sword isn't the best negotiator, and quickly enough it turned into combat. Luckily, the Yao stayed their blades when Boris Drunken Sword muttered the name Godface Shah, which seemed to make them question what was going on, how I knew that, and what importance it held, but kept them from attacking us, whilst we quickly and easily dispatched the enemy general. What led after that was the start of the army's conflict, but very quickly, with superior dice rolls and tactics, General Yukong managed to use his forces and the Pegasex forces to completely rout the enemy army of 110,000, almost reducing their number by half, reducing it to 60,000 in the end, and then absorbing those forces into our own consolidated army, which we will now be marching on towards Nansun.
And I should probably say, that was a legitimately good case of the dice, really rolling well on your. Because I remember we were using the battle system for the armies, and the odds were not. It wasn't super overwhelming, but they were not in your favor. And it was and you guys got quite a few quite a few results of 10, and the enemy got no 10s on any of their rolls, which really helped shift things. So that's the rough breakdown. I just wanted to make sure we had a record of this, and we're posting it up, obviously, and hopefully next time we'll have an actual recording of the session, and that will possibly be the final session of this campaign before we start a new campaign. So again, for those who have followed all this way through, thanks for listening. And this will actually be a book. There will be a Lady 87 campaign book out, hopefully sometime next year. So all, and it all kind of is being formed over the course of this campaign. So all right, so I will let everybody go, and we will talk to you later.